Today on the channel, we lock in a submission with the WrestleMania 13 3-pack with Stone Cold Steve Austin, Bret Hitman Hart, and referee Ken Shamrock.
And the spirit of Ultimate Warrior will run forever!
Welcome everyone, Kyle here, and welcome back to the channel for another WWE Mattel Elite box set. And today we got the Walmart exclusive WrestleMania 13 submission match exclusive box set to Walmart with Stone Cold Steve Austin, Bret Hitman Hart, and the most dangerous man, Ken Shamrock. But for all your 3-pack needs, Walmart. But for everything else under the sun, hit up Ringside Collectibles. Use discount code Kyle. Save yourself 10%. Got to get a deal out there. And this I did pick up from Mattel Creations. They did have this up on Mattel Creations. It could still be up. What is time? You better check yourself. It was labeled as Bash at the Beach, but showed the picture of this. Either way, I would have been happy with either of those box sets because I'm going to get both of them eventually. This is the one I thought it would be, and this is the one we did get here. And this is one of the most famous matches, of course, of the 90s. We'll never forget the submission match here. Bret Hart, one of my all-time favorites. Stone Cold Steve Austin, Stunning Steve, one of my all-time favorites. I wasn't the biggest Stone Cold guy. I understand the people that are. And then the world's most dangerous man, Ken Shamrock, was my absolute favorite at the time. And I was so excited for him to join the world of the WWE, WWF. I thought it was a really cool transition from the UFC. And I loved Ken Shamrock in the UFC and Pancrase around this time. So I was all about it. And man, oh man, I am so happy to get this pack here today. A lot of stuff going on with this pack as well. A lot of things we've been wanting for quite some time. Some new Bret Hart head. We always want head from Bret Hart, right, Tom McFarlane? So we got that going on. We got a very good looking Austin here with the twist. We got to go to ringside. We'll talk about it. And then we got Ken Shamrock in his referee gear. I've been hoping for this one a long time. Fits really well in this box set. So this one is definitely playing all the hits. I'm not a big autograph guy, but all three of these guys are still alive. This would be pretty darn cool to get an autograph of this one here. You get Ken on there, you get Stone Cold, you get Bret Hart. There's possibility it could happen if you're diligent enough. So it would be very awesome to get that. Somebody will probably do that. But let's dive into it. And of course, let's do this review like we do all the other reviews on the channel. How about? We're going to take a look at the packaging. We're going to talk about it. We're going to unbox it. We're going to talk about it. We're going to see where it goes from there. Like I said, I did get this from Mattel Creations. I will say, I don't know if it was Mattel Creations. Most likely it was the post office. But my box was absolutely crushed. And nobody wants their box crushed. I mean, I crush a lot of boxes myself, but it's never good, especially with your action figure. But I did have a damaged packaging on this one. At the end of the day, not that big a deal. I'm opening it up anyways. But if you try them in on card, it would have been a little bit rough there. But there it is. Submission match up there at the top. WrestleMania 13 logo, WWE logo. Love the fire and the purple. Just very, very cool. Really setting that moment in time. You got all three wrestlers here, and this probably breaks the record for most hands ever in an action figure set from the WWE Mattel team. A lot of hands here, every hand you could ever want, really. Looking very good. 8 and Up, True Effects, Mattel, all the hits being played on the front of the package. There it is, the Bermuda Triangle right there, all three of them, WWE logo, a fiery Elite Collection logo. And then on the back, what do we get? We get the tail of the tape. We get the glamour shot from the match. How about that? Looking pretty darn good. Let's see what it says about the WrestleMania 13 submission match. Few rivalries in WWE history have been as impactful to the legacy of two superstars more than Bret Hart, Stone Cold Steve Austin. By WrestleMania 13, the animosity between the two reached such a fever pitch that WWE brought in the world's most dangerous man, Ken Shamrock, to referee their submission match. There would be no disqualifications, no countouts. The only way to win was by making your opponent give up. A tough task for both superstars. One of the greatest technicians in WWE history, and the other, a man who doesn't have an ounce of quit in him. What transpired was one of the greatest WrestleMania matches ever, where Hart, uncharacteristically, easy for me to say, resorted to underhanded measures to win the match, and Austin, bloody to the point of passing out, won the respect of the fans by never giving up. The legendary match earned the honor of becoming the first immortal moment inducted into the Hall of Fame. I forgot about that. It was the best there is, best there was, the best there ever will be, and that's the bottom line because Stone Cold said so. It was an amazing match, which leads us to believe you'd think there'd be another match this year for the Hall of Fame. I totally forgot about that new wing or whatever you want to call it. But an all-timer of a match, two blood feud, literally a blood feud between Bret and Stone Cold. And then you throw Ken Shamrock in the mix. You know you're playing all the hits for me. See you later. Goodbye. Background, WrestleMania 13. I can see somebody saving the back of this. Man, that Ken Shamrock looking good. And we got some heat down here. It says it. See you later. Goodbye once again. And then look at this. Plastic all broken. Like I said, all shredded up, damaged. Good thing I guess I got this one here. But there it is. All three of them locked away in the plastic prison with a record amount of hands, twist ties on all of them. I'm going to take this offline, get this 3-pack out of the box, and we'll be back talking all things WrestleMania 13. All right, let's dive into the submission match from WrestleMania 13. Let's start it off with Bret Hitman Hart. How about? And that's where we're going to start with the extra hands. 2 gripping hands here for Bret Hart if you need it. 2 Fists of Fury out of the package, so make note of that. And then you do get the splayed out hands here. You can give one of those kind of things if you want to. So we do get these hands for Bret Hart. Good to see some options. And as I said, this is the most hands we've ever had in a Mattel pack. There's no doubt in my mind. But let's dive into Bret Hitman Hart. We'll start with these glasses. Got these pink shades here. We'll call them half glasses. They're not all the way wrap around or anything like that. Nice pinkish color here. Got a little bit of that reflection in the front. They're not the soft paper, plasticky goods that we've had with Bret Hart's from Jakks back in the day. These are actually real plastic glasses, if that makes sense. But they do look good. I don't hate those glasses. We've seen those before in different colors. But Bret Hart's head is where we're going to dive into here. And Bret, very controversial, as we do know with the face scans. But we got some new blood in the Bret Hitman Hart here today. And right out of the package, you get a very kind of, what am I doing here, Bret? It's like he'd be shrugging his shoulders. One of those kind of heads out of there. But it does look like Bret Hart. I'm sure somebody will find fault with it. It seems like that is the hip thing to do. But to me, it looks like Bret Hart, especially you throw those glasses on it. Looks like Bret there. 2 eyes, 2 ears, a nose, and a mouth. A very strange face on him, though. You got the black hair flowing all back there. Typical Bret Hart. Second head with Bret Hart is screaming in pain. Brand new on this one. Very full in the face, but you got the stringy hair. Looking pretty cool. This is the one you put on him. He's got that sharpshooter locked in. He's not letting go of that bad boy. Big open mouth on Bret. Pretty darn cool. A moment in time, Bret. Now, maybe it's up to you. Choose your own adventure. It's your figures at the end of the day. But let's say you're going to display this one with the sharpshooter. I understood that. This head, you don't want it to go to waste. You move this on any of the Bret Hart figures we've had over the last 10 plus years at this point, and you can pop this head on there if you want to dress up one of your other Brets. So choose your own adventure or pick up 2 of this set. Maybe that's in the possibility realm. So you got some options there. Now, Bret looking pretty good here in the body. Love to get the leather coat going here. Hart Foundation Hitman jacket. Looking beautiful on this one. It is the pleather, I guess we'll call it. You got the silver and black attack. Looking good. Looking like iconic Bret Hart from this era here. Love the Hart Foundation on it. Absolutely love that. The pink and black attack rides hard on this one. You got the singlet top up top with the Bret Hart logo in the middle. You do got the skulls going on there, looking very good. Hitman down the side of the pants. You got the 4 hearts for his kids. Black knee pads, the pink and white and black boots. You got the stars on the side. Just a fabulous looking Hitman right here. I am here for this. And of course, 2 Fists of Fury for Bret Hart. If he wants to throw some punches and bunches Stone Cold's way, no DQ. We know how that goes. Pink wrist tape on here as well. Looking very nice. Now we're going to walk through articulation on one of these guys. We just won't do it with Bret here, but we would fit on a ringside collectible stand using code Kyle to save 10%. Is he going to fit? Is he going to fit? He's going to fit. How about that? A pretty fun Bret Hitman Hart here, and I think a lot of people will be displaying him with the crazy screaming, yelling head. But if that is the case, you got a second head sculpt for Bret Hart. You could possibly put on one of your other figures, his legend figures, any of those other figures we've had over the last couple of years. So there is some opportunities there with Bret Hart, but looking pretty darn good if you ask me. But now we're going to turn our attention over to the man in the middle. We're going to go Ken Shamrock, and we're going to finish with Stone Cold Steve Austin. As I said, the most hands ever. We get so many hands with this Ken Shamrock. It's unbelievable. So we get Fist of Fury. We get the gripping hands. We get the 4 Horsemen hands. A lot of people forget Ken Shamrock was going to be a member of the Horsemen. Maybe, maybe not. We got the What You Gonna Do, Brother hands. We got the 2 hands and the 3 hands. So he can count to 1, 2, 3, 4, give you a fist, give you a grip, and give you the splayed out hands to boot out of the package. Pretty much every single hand you could possibly want comes with this Ken Shamrock. Obviously, interchangeable hands. You can move them around to other figures if you want to. but just quite the loadout for Ken Shamrock. They weren't leaving anything to rest on this one here. So pretty darn cool to see all of that. But now diving into Ken Shamrock. Like I said, around this time, I'm still a huge Ken Shamrock fan. I'm probably the greatest Ken Shamrock apologist of all time. I picked him against Tito every single time, and I knew the fix was in. The fix was in, that no good Tito Ortiz. But proud member of the Lions Den over here at Todd McFarlane, as you know. So I'm very excited to get this. I've been wanting this Ken Shamrock for quite some time, and it makes sense to throw it in this pack here. I think that's the best fit for it at the end of the day. But you got a new head sculpt for Ken out of the package. I love that they got his busted up nose where it's off to the side there. 2 eyes, 2 ears, a nose, and a mouth. Got that very good hairdo on Ken. You could set your watch to it. Set my grandma's watch to it. You do got Stone Cold Steve Austin's necklace. It looks like that's what he's wearing around his neck, but he has got the necklace there. But it looks like Ken Shamrock, a guy that's been through the battles and the wars by this point. Second Ken head, I got a little extra paint on the nose. I'll have to try to clean that up. But we've got another brand new head for Ken Shamrock. You got the screaming, yelling head showing the teeth off there. Once again, just like Bret Hart, we've had a few Ken Shamrocks. Recently, I think the Legends one was maybe our last one. You could mix these heads up if that is your thing as well. So there's some opportunities to do a few different things with this Ken Shamrock, just like Bret Hart. Got the bare sleeves on old Kenny. No sleeves needed. Got that ref shirt like a young Mr. McMahon once upon a time. Real ref shirt on this one. No Velcro or anything like that. So pulls off like a regular shirt. But beautiful zebra stripes. Ken just chiseled out of granite, especially this time. Looking very, very good. You got the black biker shorts here, and then you got the bare legs down to the socks and the wrestling shoes down below. This isn't a bad one, too, for customizers. You want to customize something out of this? You want to put a Billy Gunn head on here? Maybe this could be Billy Gunn as a referee if you wanted to. But there is some customization opportunities with this one if that is your thing. But a good-looking Ken Shamrock. I like the looks of this, and I'm going to go through the articulation quick. Same articulation for all these guys. Arms all the way around for us. You do get the bicep cut. You got the double-jointed pinless elbows. Hands back and forth, side to side. Head back and forth, side to side, removable. Ab crunch, beautiful on this one. No looseness, the perfect amount. Waist articulation. Leg goes up for the big boot. No issues there. Other one's a little bit tighter. A little bit of bounce back, but not a whole lot. It's fine. Legs, oh, very tight. We got the out on one. His left leg will not go out. So that is a plot twist of any because it's usually the right leg that has the issues. It is the left leg. Too tight to move on mine. I don't know what's going on there, but I can't even recall having a left leg issue. It's always been the right leg, but here we are with the left leg on Ken. Double jointed pinless knees, smooth as butter there. You do get the ankle cut, and then you do get the boot back, forth, side to side, up and down. Our usual Mattel articulation, but man, that's a bummer on that leg. I don't know why it's so tight. I don't know. Here's what it is. We've seen it before, I guess. There's old Ken Shamrock, though, riding high, looking good, ready to officiate if need be. And of course, I always thought Ken Shamrock should have been world champion. It's just sad it never worked out. Man, oh man, but he was a proud Intercontinental Champion, as we do know. And I do got another Ken Shamrock here from, I think this is the last one we got, the Legends release in green. Or did he have a green and blue? Am I dreaming that? Or was that like the Chase edition? I don't know. It's hard to keep track of, but I think that was the case, and I'm here for that. Ken looking good, looking good. But now, finish off with Mr. Austin here. I wouldn't say controversial, but this one, feel like we've been here before with a twist, is what we're going to say. First off, the hands. You got gripping hands out of the package. You got the what you gonna do, brother hands. And then we got the deep grip hands here. Like if he had a Steve Weiser with him, he could grip onto that, but there isn't any of those included. So that is a little bit strange. Unfortunately, once again, just like the ringside collectible defining moments, we needed those splayed out hands for Stone Cold. So he could do the push-up when he's in the sharpshooter. We need those hands. We didn't get it with this one. We didn't get it with the defining moments. I'm shocked by that. As much as these are cool, he didn't come with any beer or anything to hold. So why not give us splayed out hands instead of these? That seems like a miss to me from Mattel. That being said, Ken Shamrock did come with those hands. Bret Hitman Hart did come with those hands. So theoretically, you can grab them off one of those two, move them over to Austin if you want to. But a bit of a head scratcher with that one for me personally there. But we do get some extra hands for one Stone Cold Steve Austin. Now diving into Stone Cold and his head scans, you get that very stoic Stone Cold head. Very similar to the one we just recently got in the Legends Series 30. So check out that review. It could be on the channel, could be on Patreon. Choose your own adventure. A very plain Jane stoic Stone Cold head there. Now the second head we've seen before a couple of times, if I'm not mistaken. It's the screaming and yelling head for Stone Cold. He's in pain. He doesn't want to submit. He's going to pass out. That's what we got going on with this one. This one, though, is not bloody. I really wish this pack would have had the bloody head. Now, put my business hat on. I understand it. This is a Walmart exclusive 3-pack. They're not going to put a bloody head in there. As much as I would like them to, it's just not happening, at least at this time. Mattel doesn't feel comfortable. Walmart doesn't. Whatever the rules may be, we did not get that. So it is a bit of a miss. However, I do have it right here off to the side, the ringside collectible Austin with the bloody head. So you can use this one for this set if you want to. Move this Austin to the normal shelf somewhere. That is my plan, because this one's got a little bit more pizzazz than this one had. This one came with a nice soft good shirt, but this one comes with a very nice vest. So that's my plan right there. But it's the same head, bloody. You want it unbloody, choose your own adventure. Of course, the blade job, very famous from this match. As we know, they weren't supposed to bleed. And I think, if I'm not mistaken, Bret Hart has like a bar or a restaurant up in Calgary, and he has the blade, I think, on display as part of a plaque type thing. I think I'm right on that. So pretty darn cool, if you ask me. And very cool to get a bloody figure. Now, if you want the bloody one, once again, remember, ringside collectibles, defining moment, Stone Cold Steve Austin is where you got to go for that. But diving into this Austin right here, as I said, the very stoic face out of the package. I do like this vest here. Every once in a while, we're not sure if we like plastic or pleather. The pleather works pretty good on this one. I'm glad they went that direction instead of the plastic. We've had a lot of plastics. We haven't had a lot of soft good vests, so it's something different. It's a little extra pizzazz. I'm here for that. Austin down the side, 316. Got the skull. Stone Cold on the back with the skulls. Looking pretty good. Bare arms on Austin. You do got the black wrist tape. 2 gripping hands, as I did mention earlier. You do got the knee brace here. You do got the 2 black knee pads. You do got Austin's tattoo. You got the famous Austin boots down here, playing all the Stone Cold hits. Now, Stone Cold, pretty darn plain. There's not a lot of pizzazz for him. Bret Hart's got all kinds of different outfits and stuff. Austin, pretty much see what you get. Maybe a different shirt, different vests, and different heads. That's pretty much all you're getting with that one. But I do worry a little bit that his articulation, yeah, he is tight too. Once again, the left leg. What is going on here? So strange to me. Is this a Vietnam special, right? It's got to be. Yep, Vietnam. I don't know. I'm perplexed here with the left side issues. It's always right side, but it's left side on Austin and left side on Ken Shamrock. So very strange. Everything else is just fine, though. Double jointed pinless joints and so forth. You know I'm here for that. Pinless knees as well. Obviously, basically the exact same Austin we got before. They're not going to give us something different, get the most out of your molds, but it makes sense in this example, as we do know. But not too shabby right there for Austin. He also fits on a Mattel ringside collectible stand. I need to go back to Bret Hart and check these legs on Bret. Didn't do the articulation because they're all the same, but you just never know how this is going to go. There we go. We go out, but man, very, very tight in that right leg. Left leg is better. Bret is fine. He's better on the left leg. His right is a little tight, but I've seen way worse than that. So, man, I'm just not exactly sure what's going on with that articulation with some of these. But man, is this set a lot of fun. A dream 3-pack. And as I said earlier, I'm not much of an autograph guy, but I would not be opposed to getting one of these to display with an autograph. I have that Horseman 4-pack autographed. I have the Foley 3-pack autographed. I have the Hulkster 3-pack autographed. And then I got Jerry Lawler, Jake the Snake, and Terry Funk for some reason autographed in my collection. They've just worked their way in over the years. But this is a set I wouldn't be against picking up. Maybe that's a possibility in the future. I think Bret does enough signings, and Ken is here and there. I've seen Ken a couple of times. Old friend Ken and I, we hugged, and we had a long embrace. It was a great time. Austin, a bit of a wild card. He does signings every once in a while, but he's probably the hardest of the 3 to get. That's just my guess for a guy that doesn't know anything about autographs, really. But this set shouldn't be that hard to get. I'm sure it'll be at Walmart's. It's going to be about $80-some, as you can imagine. So it's not going to be flying off the pegs. We've seen all the 3-packs fairly easy to get for a moment in time. It's not going to be there for years, and somebody might play the long game. That's always a possibility at Walmart, but it is kind of long game roulette at that point there. But man, oh man, very fun. One of the defining matches of the 90s, easily one of the greatest WrestleMania matches of all time. 3 Hall of Famers, if you ask me. I don't care. Ken's in Hall of Fames. He counts. I'm here for all of these here. I absolutely do love it. Maybe interested to hear your thoughts on this 3-pack. If it's a must-have set for you, how are you going to display this? Now, that's another thing for me in my collection personally. I like to display, all my Rey Mysterios together, all my CM Punks together, whoever it may be, Bret Hart, these guys. I feel like I have to break those rules and display these guys together, which means I need to move Austin shelf, Shamrock shelf, and Bret Hart shelf in the same vicinity. So It's a bit of a mind game every once in a while, but I'd be interested to hear where you're going to display them and how you're going to display them. You're going to display them in mid-match, in action. You're going to use the bloody head. Let me know in the comments down below. You made it this far. Don't forget to like the video. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Turn on the old notification bell as we got videos every single day. And then some. We even got more content for you on Patreon, YouTube channel memberships. Your best way to support this YouTube channel and all the content it does bring. And you guys know by now, there's plenty of content to keep you busy. Sir Paul64 on the X, _Kyle_Peterson on Threads, Instagram, TikTok, and TheKylePetersonShow at gmail.com, which also named my podcast, The Kyle Peterson Show. Available every Tuesday wherever podcasts are found, with videocast on YouTube. So for the WrestleMania 13 Submission Match 3-pack, I'm Kyle. See you guys all real soon.
Well, are we gonna dance or are we gonna play?